have 3 children, and everybody have the celiac disease.
Yes.
And it was a long way until the diagnosis. After 1 year, maybe, one doctor took blood, and then they see it's celiac disease. And it becomes easier. More people in family have the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Because cooking is easier if everybody have to eat.
Yeah, of
gluten
course.
free.
I can imagine. So,
I always loved to bake bread, and it didn't work after.
Welcome again to the Food Talks interviews that I'm doing. And today I have the pleasure to interview Esther from Luzern in Switzerland, that she's running the bakery Gluten Free Switzerland. And she also has a very interesting story to share with us about the celiac disease, because in her family there are many people with this problem with food, let's say. And please, Esther, introduce a bit yourself, and from here we start talking.
Hi, I'm Esther. I have a micro bakery in Luzern, and my story is I have a family. I have 3 children, and everybody have the celiac disease.
Including you?
Yes, 5 person.
Are your husband too?
Yes.
Okay,
He
so
was the
five,
first.
five.
He was the first. 10 years ago, she felt he was ill,
Yes.
and it was a long way until the diagnosis.
Okay, so he had some specific symptoms, or how did you find that he was ill and had this?
He left weight, and he has pain in the mouth.
Okay.
And stomach pain. And he thought it's an influence.
Yes. You had a blood test, so you could know that there was something else, or?
No, he go from doctor to doctor, and they didn't know what's the problem. And after 1 year, maybe, one doctor took blood, and then they see it's celiac disease.
Okay.
And so we tested the children.
Uh-huh.
They didn't have, but they have the
The
gene.
gene? Yes.
Yes. And so when they came in adolescence,
Yes.
one by one.
So
yes.
as kids, they didn't have it, but
Yes.
after the puberty, they developed the disease.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And
And
how old
me
are they?
between,
How old are they?
now they are 25, 23, and 18.
So it was on a waterfall.
Right.
Yeah. And you? How was about you?
When my husband at time had the diagnosis, at first I was overwhelmed, and then I began to read.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, that's the symptoms I have too, my whole life.
Okay.
But I thought it's normal to have stomach pain, to feel uncomfortable after eating. And then at the same time, I thought, no, not everybody has celiac disease. It's not.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, the symptoms was
increasing, yeah?
Yes, and then I'm gone to the doctor and told him taste it, please. And it
Wow.
was. And it becomes easier. More people in family have the diagnosis
Yeah.
because cooking is easier if everybody have to eat
Yeah, of course. I
gluten-free.
can imagine. So before entering into the dynamics of the family and how you manage it at home, are you, the five of you, going to the same doctor for celiac disease? Okay.
4 people, the same doctor, a
Okay.
husband, another one.
Okay. That's
But it
interesting.
was easier because she knew the story.
And how did you take it at home? Because first the husband, maybe you cook gluten-free for him and normal for
Yes.
the rest, and then
Hmm.
slowly.
And I had no idea at first.
Hmm.
I was completely overwhelmed to shopping. What should I take for
Yeah.
dinner? And yes, and I always bought ecologic
Uh-huh.
things. And with gluten free, it was no way at first. Now
Yeah.
it's easier, but 10 years it was harder to
Yeah.
find.
Yeah.
Yes, and I wanted to cook.
And that's how you started gluten-free Broadbergstad?
I always loved to bake bread,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't work after.
Yeah.
Gluten free, yeah, yeah, you know,
Yeah, it's more difficult, no?
it's hard to do.
Yeah.
And I tried, and it's I'm completely
Frustrated or
sad because
yeah.
it does not work. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's made like this, and
It worked?
I knew how to do.
Okay.
And then I baked daily,
Yes.
and so I thought I can do some bread more,
And sell
and
it.
now yeah, it's more than 1, 2, 3 bread
Uh-huh.
more, yeah.
Yeah. So you started baking for the family?
Yeah,
When you were satisfied with your bread, you
yeah,
decided
yeah,
to make more.
yeah, and I give bread away also people without celiac disease,
Uh-huh.
and they told me, oh wow, it's good,
Yeah.
it's bread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a very good
And
compliment
then yeah, and then I was brave enough to do it.
to start the
But
business.
it's a macro bakery.
Uh-huh.
It's just a small thing.
Good.
Uh, the customers order bread,
Yeah.
and I'm baking a little more
Yeah.
because I have a box outside, a bread kiosk, and so tourists came and
Ah,
yeah.
yes. And you only bake bread or you also have other products?
Um, uh, First, I'm breaking only bread,
Yeah.
but now I do some sweets,
Okay.
one thing per week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you do it always under order or can somebody come
Yeah.
and buy without having?
Yeah, order and um, some breads more, some sweets more, and then you
Okay.
can take it at the bread kiosk.
Okay.
And also 2 little small ecologic shops in town. You can buy it.
From you. So you distribute them.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, very nice. And how long did you, when did you start with the bakery?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And it's grown up now. It's,
yeah, so
yeah.
it's now bigger than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you started with some breads and then you added some sweets. And do you have salty things like a sandwich, for example? It's possible to buy?
No, because it's difficult about the hygienic
Ah,
standards
yeah, yeah,
standards
yeah,
and also because of food waste.
yeah.
What to do in the evening with,
True.
yeah.
Yeah. And tell me about the ingredients because you said that before the celiac disease story for your family, you used to buy ecologic and bio food. Are
Yeah.
you also producing organic bread with a
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
label of
yeah,
organic and so
sure.
on? Yeah.
Yes, and sourdough
Uh-huh. Ah, okay.
only, yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. Very
And
good.
it must be biology.
Yeah. So you have a
Yeah.
certification.
No, because it costs and
Okay.
it's difficult, but for me it's
It's the same.
normally to take, yeah,
Yeah.
this
Okay.
product.
And tell me more about the dynamics of the family, because how is it that within, I don't know, 10 years, you have everybody celiac? How did you manage this at home, and how did you change the kitchen, how your kids um, accepted this disease?
It was hard to accept it for the kids because they were 14, 15. You go out with your friends, you want to eat
Yeah.
outside, or you go home to cook, and you're always special.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be special, so they add sometimes other things, but
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
it don't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the youngest, he has a friend. He learned to cook. He
Uh-huh.
learned cook.
Yeah. Cook. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they often cook, and it's no problem
Okay.
because this boy is interested about, and
Uh-huh.
so
So
he's safe.
everything
He's
gluten
safe.
free already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And for you and your husband, how was it? Because you were adults when you
For
had
my
the disease.
husband was harder because he was the first one. We had no idea what to do and what it means, but quick we were sure that if you eat gluten free, y- you are not ill.
Uh-huh.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah, of course. At the end, it's
Yeah,
just changing the diet.
yeah.
It's the treatment.
And for me, it's no problem because I'm feeling good
Uh-huh.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I feel different than before. I
mhm.
have no, I feel clearer.
Yes.
I feel myself now.
So you had
I
like
have no
thought?
pain. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I have no pain.
Yeah. That's good. And your
Yeah.
kids, which symptoms did they have, your kids?
Different. Um, bone pain,
Yeah.
the one, yeah. Um, the youngest really with the stomach.
Uh-huh. Yeah, throwing out.
It
Yeah.
comes back, yeah,
Yeah.
genau.
Okay.
And the oldest one, the middle one, um, he had also pain in
Ah,
his
in the
mouth,
mouth.
and
Okay.
yeah.
And did because they were going from kid to adult, let's say,
Mm.
growing and developing their body, did the celiac disease affect to this development? Like shorter or not gaining weight or things like this? Or you found it on time?
Mm. No, because we thought every time it could be.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah. No, we just realized they have pain.
yeah, okay.
They, yeah.
Okay. Very good. And your parents, so the grandparents, also have the gene or not? Yes?
My father, yes, but he just know it. He eat gluten free
Yeah.
since 1 year now.
Ah,
He's
okay.
80.
He's
80.
80. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he changed now.
To feel better or
Yes, yes, yes.
okay. Oh, interesting. At this age must be
Yeah.
so difficult to do it. And what kind of breads can we find in your bakery? Are typical breads of, let's say, Switzerland area or
I try everything.
uh-huh.
I like to develop new things. Yes, I like to try a lot.
Okay.
So I have maybe 10 breads. I'm always baking, and
Yes.
then I do some more and try it. People
Okay.
like it or not.
Uh-huh.
A lot with seeds,
Yeah.
nuts.
Very nice. And how do you bake? Do you have a big oven or you do everything small and different
Yes, I
batches?
no no no. I have a separately room.
Yeah.
When the oldest was gone
Yeah.
uh, from house, from family. So I took the room and built a bakery
Ah, okay.
room. Bake.
Yeah.
And there's a big oven.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another room when the second boy was gone
Yeah.
for the floor.
Yeah. Ah,
And
okay.
so, yeah.
And is this where you work with the bread is the same place where you sell them? The shop is in the
Yes,
same
and
place?
where I live, it's also the same
All in.
apartment. Yeah,
Okay.
all in.
Very nice.
All in, all in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very good. So, I usually close the interviews with a request for the interviewed person to give an advice to people that, for example, like you, are
Mhm.
diagnosed with celiac disease in adulthood and have all the
Mhm.
family with celiac disease. What would
Mhm.
you advise to this person?
It's a big chance. It's a big chance because now I'm happy to be a part of the gluten-free family
Yeah.
cloud because customers are so grateful.
Uh-huh.
And yes, if you find something to eat gluten-free, you are happy.
That's
And
true.
it's nice to be a part of them,
Mhm.
of this. I'm happy. Don't give up.
Good.
Take your chance.
Yeah, good. So, Esther, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to know your story and to know more details about what you do and how you adapt it. And I'm looking forward to come one day to Luzern and get to know you in.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time and your interest. As Esther said, if you get diagnosed with celiac disease, if your family has celiac disease, don't take it as something bad. Take it as an opportunity to get to know other people, also to feel better. So be open to this new way of living. And also, you will see that it's a big group and that there is also the possibility to find nice gluten-free products wherever you go. So, thank you very much. Thank you, Esther, again and
Thank
see you
you.
in the next interview. Bye bye.
Bye.